Today is Sunday, April 6th, and today I learned to be curious. This all started because I've been trying to read more lately, and I've been reading Feel Good Productivity by Ali Abdaal, and I'm just like in the beginning, but he's talking about just having a play mindset with things, and there's this specific section where he was talking about being curious about what you're doing. And there was something in the book where he said that curiosity helps your retention. So curiosity essentially helps you, if you're more curious about something, then you will remember it more. Which I thought was super cool, especially because I'm very interested in memory and how the brain works and how to optimize that for learning and all that kind of stuff. So I looked it up and I tried to I went down a rabbit hole, kind of just something I was curious about how curiosity helps you remember things. So, first of all, curiosity helps you remember things. Like, that's the first thing, right? Like, I have always found that when I'm actually interested in what I'm learning, not only does the process go by much quicker and much more enjoyable, a much more enjoyable process, but also like you can remember more because you're actually interested in it and you can actually see it making connections in your own mind, right? So that's the first thing. Curiosity helps your memory, which I thought was super cool, and it does this because there's like a prediction gap. It's basically like a curiosity gap, and your brain is trying to close that gap, so it makes you want to delve deeper and find more information, and then it releases dopamine, which is like our reward neurotransmitter, and that like makes us happy. Basically, it like gives our brain a sense of reward, right? It's like the mouse getting the cheese, right? So I just thought that was super cool. So that's the first thing. Curiosity helps your memory, but also just like it helps your mood, right? I haven't experienced that kind of like curiosity where I'm actually really interested about what I'm learning in a long time. I was just like reading through studies, which I never do, but I was just so interested in how this worked in the brain, and I was just like, wow, this is really cool, and like my mood was brought up because of that. So curiosity helps your memory and it helps your mood. Now, the one thing that I wish I could have kind of researched a little bit more before I started filming this video is that I was thinking about curiosity and about what makes something interesting to us, right? What makes us be curious in something? It's just kind of like food for thought, because I don't know the answer to this question, and maybe I'll research that out a little bit, but it's just an interesting thing to think about. Like, what do you find interesting, and why is it that different people find different things interesting and have different curiosities, right? Like, that's such an interesting, to me, that's such an interesting thought. It's kind of just like food for thought that I thought was cool to just think about, right? Like, how does that work? Like, why is it that we're interested in one thing but we're not interested in another thing? And why is it different for each person, right? These are just some questions that I don't have answers to, but maybe you have an answer, maybe you have an idea. I may try to research this out a little bit, but it's just some interesting food for thought. Like, what makes you interested in the things you're interested in? Like, why am I interested in neuroscience? I'm interested in neuroscience because the brain is the center for everything. So it's like the oh my goodness, what is it called? It's like the motherboard for your body, right? But also like it's electrical, and it's like energy being transferred between synapses, and for some reason I have a fascination with technology and energy and that kind of stuff. So I find that interesting. But like, why do I find technology interesting? I find technology interesting because it's like magic in a way. Like, that's kind of exaggeration, but not really. Like, it's like magic. Like, you have these screens and these buttons that are all interacting with each other, all just because of a bunch of ones and zeros, right? And you can connect them all through electricity. Like, that's so cool. But not everyone thinks that is so cool, right? Like, why is it that I find that interesting but other people don't find that kind of thing interesting? It's just an interesting thing to think about. Like, what makes us curious in some things but not in other things. But I do think that just like as a general tool, being curious, trying to find something interesting in this thing that you don't want to do, right? A lot of the times I am procrastinating because the thing that I need to do is not interesting to me and I see no value in it, right? I see no connection to my own life. And I think that is a big part of curiosity, connecting it to your own life. Or not necessarily curiosity, but being interested in something, right? Connecting it to your own life. So if you have to do something that you don't necessarily want to do, something that you're not necessarily very interested in, try to find even just a very small thing about it that you can make a connection to, right? And that you can actually find interesting, and try to delve deeper into that thing so that you can just think of the whole topic as a little bit more interesting in your own mind. I hope that makes sense, right? So just be curious, right? Be curious. Go down those rabbit holes. And I do think that if there's like a certain subject you're really curious about, there's a certain topic you're really curious about as a student, that's like a big sign for me that like, oh, maybe I should like go into that in college. Now I'm in high school, so like I'm pre-college, so I haven't like decided that yet. But for me as a high school student, I'm thinking like, okay, that's a huge indicator that like I should probably go into neuroscience, right? And I was already thinking that, but like it's just so nice to see how those things could align, how I could study something that I'm genuinely interested in, whereas right now I'm not very interested in what I'm studying right now, except like one class, right? So if I could just like study and learn about something that I'm genuinely interested in, like I just feel like that would be so much more of a joyful process and so much more of an interesting process, and just like go together so much more smoothly, right? So I just think that curiosity is really important, and just having an overall like playful mindset, and just like go down those rabbit holes, right? Be curious. I have always just like, this sounds weird, but I've always just loved the word curious, and I've always tried to be curious. But I've kind of like today I kind of reminded myself of that because I kind of forgot about that, right? So I'm trying to just be more curious now, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, but be curious. Curiosity helps your memory. If you're curious about something, then you will remember it better. And also, like, you'll see the connections in your life, and you can probably just be more effective with it in how you use that information, right? It boosts your mood. Like, it makes you, literally made me happier. Be curious. And then just some food for thought, like, what makes me curious about something that maybe you aren't curious about, right? Just some food for thought there. So, that is what I learned today. Be curious. If you found this video helpful, then I would love a like or a comment. If you want to see more, then definitely subscribe, because I'm posting every single day talking about what I learned that day and how I'm trying to apply it to my life and how you guys can apply it to yours. So if you want to see that kind of thing, then definitely subscribe. It's raining outside and it's really nice and cozy. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. This is the video that I posted yesterday. You can subscribe in that corner. And if you subscribe, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.